This week has been a week of insane unboxings, and the crazy part is, I've actually got another pretty insane unboxing coming up. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today I'm unboxing 3 pairs of sneakers that include Air Jordan 1s, early Yeezys, and a really cool collaboration. But before we jump into things, I want to give you a heads up that the Apothecary 5th collection is now live on apothecary.com. So if you want to grab any of these 4 pairs of socks, make sure to click the link in the top of the description. Make sure to do it quickly because even though we increased stock is still relatively limited and it probably will sell out. But with that out of the way, let's jump right into the unboxing. And the first pair of sneakers that I want to unbox, let's go with this one. This is a box from a V2 store. This is their new collaboration. And I'm really excited to check it out. I've seen some images online, but I haven't seen the shoe in person, so this is going to be a first for both you and me. You guys caught my last unboxing. I'm not great with pull tabs at all, but obviously I'm learning a little bit. Let's see what we got. Looks like we've got a note on the top. That's a receipt. Okay, cool. So this box actually looks really cool. It looks like it's a chalkboard with all sorts of equations on it. Oh, by the way, huge thank you to a V2 store for sending this out. I'm really excited to check out this pair early, and it's my first pair of Sauconys in a long time. But before we get into the box, you've got the V2 store logo and the Saucony logo right there, and then what seems to be some sort of a black hole type image right there on the top. I think this shoe is called the Time and Space. I'm pretty sure that's what the collaboration is called. I mean, it would make sense because you've got all these Einstein-style equations on the top. And then, actually, a really cool detail is that it looks like you've got a large equation in the center of the back, but it's actually a few. That's a pretty sick touch. I love that. So opening up the box, we've got, ooh, look at this. This is actually really sick. Whew. These are clean. These are Saucony Shadow 5000s, the A Few Saucony Shadow 5000s. The colorway looks like it's heavily inspired by chalkboards, which I think is really cool. You've got the green chalkboard on the toe. You've got this gray midfoot panel, which kind of looks like it was a chalkboard that had white chalk on it that you kind of rubbed off a little bit. And then you got some black accents around the heel. And then you've also got some equations written on the midsole. I didn't even notice that. Actually, that's really cool. There's some equations and formulas on the extra set of laces as well. Speaking of which, you actually seem to get 3 sets of laces. You get a white, a tan, and then the math one is what I'm calling it. So the materials that they used on the shoe seem to be really, really nice. You've got this dark green suede on the toe and on the mudguard. You've got this more, flannel feeling material on the midfoot panel. It's got this nice black herringbone texture on it. You've got the Saucony logo right there with the 3 dots in the center. And then towards the heel of the shoe, you've got black leather and white leather and then a green sock liner as well. So right at the bottom of the laces, you've got time and space. And then on the heel of the shoe, you've also got time and space, or I'm assuming these logos mean time and space, or that looks like space and that looks like time. And then you've got the A Few equation logo right down there. Honestly, really, really dope collaboration. I think they knocked this out of the park. The materials in Sauconys are usually pretty solid, especially on collaboration Sauconys. In fact, a bunch of YouTubers back in 2015 did some Saucony collaborations like Hess Kicks, Tony, Yo Anti. I'm sure there was other people, but those are the 3 that came to mind. But no, Saucony is an incredible sneaker brand, and this collab is awesome. A Few killed it, for sure. Once again, huge shout out to A Few for sending these over. I really, really appreciate it. These are fire. Okay, on to the next box. So this package is obviously from Nike. You've got that stupid Just Do It tape that lets everyone know that you're getting a pair of sneakers. So the first thing that you see is the top of the sneaker box right there. You might be able to guess what it is based on the text and the color of the box, and also the little Jumpman logo right down there on the bottom. This is obviously one of Nike or Jordan brand's recycled sneakers. It features a lot of recycled materials. I think it's like, well, actually I don't know for this particular shoe, but in some of the other shoes it's been like 50% of the weight of the shoe. Probably more like 20 to 30% of the actual materials used in the shoe, but it is what it is. The box says, "Move to Zero is Nike's journey towards zero carbon and zero waste to help protect the future of sport." But here we go. You've got some paper, which is actually, if I remember, not the case for these Space Hippies. I think they just came in just the box to reduce as much waste as possible. In this case, I guess because it's a Jordan sneaker, maybe, it has paper, but here we go. This is the Air Jordan 1 Zoom High Crater, or the Space Hippie Jordan 1. And it's interesting, man. It's definitely interesting. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't love this Jordan 1. I think that it's cool what they're trying to do with it and the materials that they're using. However, I think the colorway could have been a lot better. But that's just my own personal opinion. You guys might not agree. So obviously this shoe isn't made up of leather. You've got a primarily what seems to be like canvas upper on this shoe. It kind of has a very like luggage feel to it. Apparently a majority or all of the polyester used in this fabric is recycled, at least I think that's what it is. And it doesn't feel any different than like a standard canvas material, but it gives the shoe a very sort of like utilitarian look, which I guess I'm into. The shoe pretty much only comes in like a tonal gray upper, and it's really only one shade of gray with like some very light black accent pieces. it's kind of boring. I'm gonna be real with you guys. It's not the most exciting shoe. You've got this red stitching around the heel to add some pop of color, but I feel like they could have dyed the material on the upper something different. Like you could have gone with like a white or a gray in certain panels and then a black on other panels. Maybe they couldn't. I'm not sure, but I would have liked to have seen a little bit more color variation on the upper for sure. This pair of shoes come with black laces started in the bottom holes, but you've also got an extra set of like infrared color laces that you can switch out, and I think if I actually end up wearing these, I might do that just to give it some sort of color on the upper. Interestingly enough, the edges of the tongue and the edges of the ankle are left unfinished, which I feel like was kind of a throw-in detail that wasn't necessary. They could have easily stitched that up and it would have looked fine. Not a huge fan of it in this shoe. I feel like it's a little bit excessive, but that's just my own personal taste. Hey, I get that they're going for the recycled look, but I feel like there were other ways to do it, and just a little bit of color variation, man. Just even like grays and like tans or whatever it was that they used on the Space Hippies would have looked a little bit better than this just dark gray and black. Moving inside the shoe, the insole comes in that same sort of infrared color with the Air Zoom logo printed on the heel. At the top of the tongue, you've got a Zoom Air tag stitched in with the same red stitching detail, which actually isn't even real stitching. That's embroidered in. Are you kidding me? They didn't even actually stitch that? That's like literally just a fake stitch. That's ridiculous. They did that in both sides. Oh man, that really bums me out. The black portions of the shoe come in this felt material. You've got the Zoom tag right there because this is a full-length Zoom Air Jordan 1. And of course, you've got your Jordan Wings logo debossed into the lateral side. Moving down on the shoe, you get to this white midsole with these multicolor flecks, which is actually Nike Grind, which is essentially just ground up old Nike outsoles or recycled Nike outsoles that they threw in to kind of give it a little bit more recycled look, I guess. I don't think it really helps anything, but I guess it's a good way to reuse outsoles. I'll give them that it looks cool. It does look very, very cool, and I'd be fine with them just doing this on a lot of different sneakers, not just recycled sneakers, just any pair of Jordan 1s it would be kind of cool on. And then finally moving to the outsole, you've got this sort of mid-gray, semi-translucent outsole with more of that Nike Grind, which actually looks really, really sick in this semi-translucent material. Now, as I mentioned before, this is one of those Jordans with a full-length Zoom Air unit, and you can actually see it in the bottom of the shoe right there. It makes this sneaker much more comfortable than a standard pair of Jordan 1s. And I'm really excited about it. I feel like that was a nice detail, and they should add that in more pairs of Jordans. Maybe on Jordan 1s that are cool colors, not just the weird, like futuristic looking ones. Give me a Chicago 1 with a full-length Zoom Air unit. I'd be down for that, for sure. If you guys want to see a full in-depth review of these sneakers, let me know in the comment section down below. Right now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not planning on it, but if enough of you guys ask, maybe. We'll see what happens. But now, moving on to the final sneaker. This is a pair of early Yeezys, which I'm really excited about seeing. We may be doing a giveaway of this pair in the very near future, so make sure to stay tuned for that. I'm actually really stoked for these. This is a super early pair because it got pushed back, but I can't wait to see it. I hope this is not one of those shoes that I say I'm going to give away and then I really want a pair of it and I end up buying a pair for myself just because I started to really like it. That's happened a couple times before, and I'm just hoping this is not the case with this pair, but we'll see. So this pair I picked up at Stadium Goods. They had it in stock, which was surprising because this shoe got pushed back to, I think, October 2nd. So this shoe was in stock really, really early. But as you can see from the box, it is a Boost Yeezy sneaker. It's a pair of 350 V2s, obviously. I'm not going to tell you guys the colorway, but because of the fact that this shoe is dropping on August 2nd because it got pushed back, you probably have some idea what it is. That color's hot, yo. That color is sick. Oh man, this is a sick, sick color. So this is the Adidas Yeezy 350 V2 Asriel. This shoe, like I said, drops on October 2nd. I've said that like 4 times at this point, so you know exactly when it's dropping. This is the latest 350 V2. Nice. And genuinely, this is a mad clean colorway. I just love this black upper contrasted by this sort of like creamy white outsole. It's a really, really clean look, and it reminds me a lot of the Pirate Black 1.0s from 2 years ago, or what, 4 years ago at this point? That's crazy. Of course, like every pair of new 350s and just every pair of new Yeezys in general, you've got this infinity loop lace system, which you can't actually tie, you just kind of have to pull on to tighten. It does come with an extra set of laces. I just checked it out. It's the same color, just standard laces. Unfortunately, if you want to get rid of these laces, you have to cut them, which kind of sucks, but that's just the case with this new lacing setup. The upper of the shoe comes in this really nice sort of black, light blue, grayish prime knit upper, which is actually a super clean look, especially when it's accented by this dark black stripe along the side. I haven't bought a new pair of 350s for myself in like a year or 2 even at this point. I think the only pair of 350 V2s that I have in my collection personally is some Statics from 2018. That's nuts, man. Regardless though, this pair is super clean. You've got a black sock liner and a black insole with the Adidas and Yeezy branding printed on the insole in blue, or I guess maybe like a smoke blue. The heel of the shoe is also kind of interesting because you've got this light cream color in the prime knit, which you don't see on any other part of the upper, maybe actually on the toe right there, but the patches of it are very, very small, so it's a nice little accent piece on the toe and on the heel. And then, like I said, this semi-translucent cream white midsole is such a clean accent to this upper. And of course, how can you forget the full-length boost midsole, which makes this shoe incredibly comfortable underfoot. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, because I will be dropping a review of this shoe in the very, very near future, so you can learn all the little ins and outs of this sneaker and whether you actually want to pick up a pair of the 350 V2 Asriels when they actually drop. Actually, hold up. Look at this pair of Apothecary socks dropping today with this pair of Asriels. That's fire. It might be a month before you can actually rock this combination, but hey, I think that's worth it. Also, don't forget to check out the Apothecary drop in the link in the description below. But with that, we pretty much wrap up the entire unboxing for today. Now, I would love to know your thoughts on everything we unboxed in today's video, so let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.